Any health-related information on the following show provides general information only. Content presented on any show by any host or guest should not be substituted for a doctor's advice. Always consult your physician before beginning any new diet, exercise, or treatment program.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Inspired and Empowered Living TV show and podcast. We are live Tuesday mornings at 11 a.m. Eastern on talk4tv.com, w4wn.com, and my YouTube channel. And today we continue to talk about steps to the authentic you. Part 3. So, continuing where we left off last week, learn how to discover who you really are, what you feel, what you want, what you need, and then be able to express it to others in healthy, appropriate ways. When you are living authentically, you can have healthier and joyful, loving relationships with others and create an inspired and empowered life. Together, let's create a life you love. And I'm your host, Nanci Deutsch, licensed clinical social worker, certified hypnotherapist, and intuitive coach. An intuitive breakthrough expert too. And I combine my counseling, coaching, and intuition to transform your life. And today, I also want to support you that this show is not a replacement for therapy or counseling. It is for educational purposes only. And I see that we have Allie in the house. Good morning, Allie. Welcome. And last week, I answered all the questions that we had. And as always, you know I love hearing your questions. So definitely you want to ask your questions if you're listening live. And if you are listening at a later time, you can always tag me or email me, and I would love to answer your questions. Okay. So first, I want to go back to the definition of authentic. It's real, and let's talk about being your authentic self. What is really being your authentic self? Being your authentic self to me means you're allowing the part inside of you, your heart, your soul, to shine through and shine your light so bright. And that's what I want for all of you, is to allow yourselves to shine your light really brightly. And the last couple of weeks, we've been talking about what would keep you from shining your light. Like when you have limiting beliefs and emotions that keep you from shining your light. And a good example of that is, I love to use the example, your soul is like a sun unto itself. So imagine you're like sunshine. And then what happens is you may have clouds passing by on that beautiful sunny day. You want to shine your light. Now, some of you, if you have a lot of limiting beliefs and emotions, it may be like a cloudy day until you keep clearing those emotions so you can allow the sun to stream through, the sun of your soul. So That's what I really want to support all of you in doing, is allowing your soul's light to shine through so that you're sharing your light, you're sharing your love, and you're expressing yourself in an authentic, loving, kind way. And that's what your soul wants you to do. So, what will help you to be more connected to the soul light that you are is really increasing your connection, and it's connection on every level. So what do I mean by that? What I mean is connecting more to your body. So very often, if you are in your head, and you're in your head, and what do I mean by in your head? What I mean by in your head is thinking, think. You're in thinking mode. And if you're in thinking mode and you're thinking and obsessing and thinking, you're not connected with your body. And the most important thing you can do is find a way to connect and to get back into your body. So it may be exercise for you. It may be walking or running or stretching. Some of you love to do yoga. So whatever it is, allowing that that energy to come back into your body so that you feeling. How do you know you're in your body? You know you're in your body when you're feeling, you can feel your breath. You notice your breath. You can feel your feet. You're allowing yourself to be connected with your body. Now, some of you may be like, I don't really want to be that connected with my body. I have pain. I get that. I know what that's like. And when you are connected with your body, you can actually start finding the ways to perhaps move through the pain or do what you need to do to help release some of that pain or the energy of the pain and help reduce the pain. So there are certain healing techniques that can help you reduce pain, like something called the emotion code, something called emotional freedom technique, which is the tapping. And that can actually help with physical pain. Now, I know we have a question came in from Charles, so let me get to Charles's question. Okay, Charles, how do we know if the light is coming through from the correct place? So, when you are shining your light, when you're shining your light, and it's, you know that it's the correct place. The best way to do it is knowing by your feelings. So the feelings that you want is you want to be able to come out of your head, okay, like I said before, and into your body. When you're in a state of alignment, which what I mean by alignment is there's a connection between your body, your mind, your emotions, and your spirit. And in that connection, when you're feeling connected, what will happen is you'll notice, I call it feeling grounded and centered. And the feelings, you might feel peace or relaxation. Or you may feel when you're shining your light, your soul's light, you're feeling joy. Now, not a, it's, now this is hard to explain. It's a place where I'm going to say grounded joy. And what I mean by grounded joy is being able to feel the energy of joy from a very heart-centered, loving way that's coming from your soul. Now, I hope I'm explaining this well enough. And again, if you have any questions, and I see the other questions that came in, so know that I will be getting to them. So I'm trying to find the ways to help. So, the light, when you're shining your light and you're feeling peace, or you're feeling joy, or you're feeling love, that's when you know it's coming from a place of soul. And when you're feeling joy or love or peace or gratitude is another one of those soul emotions, then you know you're allowing the light of your soul to shine through. And you start feeling more inspired, and you start feeling more empowered. And then you know that you're on you're shining your soul's light. So, hopefully, Charles, let me know if that helps. And if you have any other questions around that, let me know. Excuse me. So, Mickey asked a question. How quickly can a person notice there is a difference and things are working? So Mickey, I think you're talking about noticing in the moment, or are you talking about noticing over time? So let me know if you if I'm answering the question or if there's more information you need. So the thing is learning how to have that conscious awareness to know when you're feeling off track, or you're feeling off, or you're feeling off center, and that there may be something that you need to do to take care of yourself, to do the self-care. So for example, if you wake up, and I always support you to find a way to start your day in a spiritual way and connecting with the higher aspects of self. Now, even if you're not a meditator, meditation is a wonderful way to be able to, okay, I see that. One sec. And I'll get back to what Mickey said. So even if you are I totally got off track. Oh well. Let's get to Mickey's second part of the question so that I'm answering it. And maybe it'll come back. See what happens when you're doing too much at once and you're not grounded and centered. Okay, so everybody with me, before I get to Mickey's next part, take a breath and breathe in. I do the belly breaths. I have my hands on my belly. Breathing in and my belly's going out, and letting go and my belly's going in. And breathing in and my belly's going out. And breathing out, my belly's going in. Breathing in, my belly's going out. And breathing out, my belly's going in. So it's grounding, coming back to present. See, that was a perfect example of what happens when you're not grounded and centered. You lose track of what you were talking about, or you lose track of what you were doing. And so that's what it's all about, is learning how to come back. I mean, that's actually a perfect example of how to go back on track in the moment. Okay. So even though I don't totally remember what exactly I was talking about, I noticed that I totally forgot what I was saying because I got distracted because I wanted to answer Mickey's second part of her question. And I got distracted. And then I was like, you know what? All right, let's do it together. Everybody with me, breathe. And even taking a few breaths can bring you back on track and help you feel more centered and connected and more grounded in your body, more present. Okay, so Mickey, I see the second part of your question. So now it's I was talking about techniques to use. How long do they take to be noticed? Okay, so When you're using techniques like the emotion code, or you're using, and the emotion code, there's actually a book by Dr. Bradley Nelson, and he wrote a book called The Emotion Code. And then also the book, not the book, but the technique, emotional freedom technique. Hence, if you notice the names emotions, because they're working with your emotions. So if you, with both of the techniques, the emotional freedom technique is tapping, and the emotion code is using magnets and stuff like that. There's a whole thing about it to clear emotions from the body. Those techniques can sometimes work immediately, and sometimes they can take days, and sometimes you're going to need to keep doing it. It depends on what kind of pain it is. Is it a pain that's coming up for healing where you can clear it pretty quickly? Or, and I'm talking about pain in the body, or emotional pain. Okay, because if there may be some emotional pain that's coming out up in the moment, and you can clear it. That's why I talk about clearing for the day and clearing, deeper clearing. And the deeper clearing means that it's something. Actually, the deeper clearing is when there is trauma and emotions and limiting beliefs that have been with you most of your life, from childhood. And perhaps even, and this is all your subconscious mind. So it's all the things going on in your subconscious. So it could be from your childhood, it could be from uh, that's this lifetime, or it could be from other lifetimes or your ancestors. And you can work on this lifetime. Start with that. and doing childhood clearing. So whether it's a pain in the body or emotional pain, you work on whatever's coming up in the moment. And then you see how that feels and see if you feel better, either physically or emotionally. And you know that you will feel better on an emotional level when you're starting to feel peace or relief or freedom or gratitude. That's when you know that you're feeling like you're shifting the energy so that you can then feel more peace or love or joy or freedom or gratitude. Those are the feelings of your soul to allow your soul's light to shine through. So hopefully, Mickey, that answered your question. And again, if you have anything else, thank you for clarifying. That was helpful. And if you have anything else, let me know. Okay, so then after Mickey, we had Anastasia. Anastasia, how do we know we are connected at the moment? Okay. So the way that you know when you're connected is when you notice, like what I was talking about, if you start feeling that relief, if you start feeling more peace. So what, I'll give you an example. So I'll take a client through, let's say Emma. And Emma, when in the beginning of the session, like she'll come to me and she'll be really stressed and really angry and like really frustrated. And she's like all worked up. And during a session, we work through emotions. We may do emotion code. We may do talking, or I may do some type of other energy work. And when I'm doing the other energy work, it helps her start shifting. And so what happens by the end of the session, you can see there's a smile on her face. She starts feeling more peaceful, more relaxed. calmer. And so what has happened during the course of the session is we cleared the energy she needed to clear for the day, and deeper clearing. At times in the sessions, we'll do the deeper clearing to help her kind of excavate and allow herself to clear those energies that no longer serve her. And that's what happens. So, you feel connected when in the moment you become aware that you're feeling peace, or you start, like I said, you start feeling the relief, or you notice that you were stressed, or you were in your head, talk, thinking, and then all of a sudden, maybe the 3 breaths we just did helped you calm yourself down, helped you bring yourself a little more in your body. Using your breath is a beautiful tool that you can use. And you're connected when it's really, feelings are a way that you're more connected. Now, some of you, and this just popped into my head, and this may be some of you out there. And if it is, then there's healing work that needs to be done. So if you are having challenges or difficulty connecting to a feeling, remember I said body, mind, emotion, spirit. If you're having trouble connecting to a feeling, let's say you're feeling numb or shut down, like this, depressed, and you want to feel that peace or love or joy, and you're not, then that's where the deeper work comes in. That there's something going on in your subconscious mind that needs healing, that needs for you to explore and to understand, what is it that you're feeling. And when you start feeling, like, let's say you maybe do emotional freedom technique and do the tapping, and maybe you felt shut down or numb, and then you're able to go to peace. Now, if you're not shifting the energy, maybe, you know what, this just came to me, and I really want to support all of you. Maybe you need a good cry. So whether you're a woman or a man, we all need to cry. Sometimes one of the best emotional releases that I've had is from good cries. And we all need to cry. Crying is a way to release the stress. And there are other ways, like you could do exercise or the other things that I was talking about before to connect you with your body. But a good cry can really help you. And one of the ways, the things that when you're doing those emotional freedom technique or emotion code, or you're doing body somatic work, which is what I do a lot when I'm working with clients, is I'm helping you get back into your body. Because getting into your body, you start becoming more aware of sensations. And then those sensations, and what I mean by sensations is like you feel, like, for example, you notice that you're feeling like a sensation in your stomach. Maybe some of you may feel nauseous, or some of you may feel like your stomach is churning, or I've heard the butterflies, and butterflies could be good or they could be bad. The butterflies of excitement are the good butterflies, but the butterflies of fear and excitement are on opposite ends. You can have fear on one end, and then really when you transform the fear, it can be excitement. And so what it is learning to connect with your feelings. And as you connect with the feelings, you start noticing when you feel more connected and when you're feeling disconnected. When you're in that
I keep thinking.
Hello, everyone. All right. Okay. So sorry about that. Internet issues. That's what happens. So I was talking about connection and be isn't that interesting? Talking about connection and I got disconnected. So let's reconnect. Everybody, take a deep breath and allow yourself to breathe and to feel yourself connecting. And I also lost all the questions. So I'm hoping, let's see. Oh, I got them. Okay. So hopefully, Anastasia, that I answered your question about connection before I got disconnected. And connection, it's all about the feelings, and you know by the feelings. And if you have any other questions about that, please feel free to ask. And before we get to Country Corners, Mickey says, I think I understand. Thank you. Okay. So, Country Corners Gazette asks, is the soul light the one we should be following? You bet. Your soul's light is the light that you want to follow. It's the light that allows you to shine your brightness. And I really want you all to know that all of you are bright lights. Your soul is this energy. It's like a storehouse of light, just like the sun. You know the sun is there, and you know how bright the sun is. That's your soul, and every single one of you has that bright light soul. So I really want to support you in knowing, yes, that is the light you want to follow. That is the light that you want to make sure that you are experiencing and allowing. And here's the thing, the bottom line is that it's a journey. Okay? It's not a destination. You are in the journey of unfolding and clearing the clouds, so to speak. Clearing the clouds. Sometimes it's clearing the fog. Sometimes it's clearing, sometimes it may be a really rainy day. And I have had days where I just felt so much grief or so much sadness and I cried a lot. And then the next day I felt so much better and so much relief. So I really want to support you in knowing feeling your feelings in a healthy way. You're not hurting yourself or somebody else or the environment, like destroying property, is really important and really powerful. So, and hopefully that helps you all to realize what needs to happen when you're shining your soul's light. And again, if you have any other questions around that, please let me know. And before we get to the next question, I want to let you know that I am having a free virtual masterclass. This is exciting. 3 steps to boost your income in your holistic business. So, for 3 full days, not 3 full days, excuse me, it's going to be about an hour and 15 each night. It's 7:30 p.m. Eastern on Tuesday, October 15th, Wednesday, October 16th, and Thursday, October 17th. And what we're going to be doing, talk about your soul, is we're going to be helping you to discover your soul's calling so that you can align with the vision of your soul and help you to move a business with your passions, purpose, and values. And then you're going to learn how to break free from limiting beliefs that keep you from earning more money and tap into your intuition. And then the last day, you're going to find out how to get into action and how to make more money by inspired action. And so join us for the 3 steps to boost your income in your holistic business. And you go to the link inspiredandempoweredliving.com/masterclass. And again, it's inspiredandempoweredliving.com/masterclass. And it's for women, coaches, healers, therapists, entrepreneurs, and helping professionals. So I look forward to seeing you there. And so now let's get to the next question. Anastasia asks, can we ever be sure we are connecting to the correct things? Okay. So Anastasia, I'm going to answer the question from what I think you're asking, but what do you mean by correct things? Okay. So I just want to get more clarity about what you mean by the correct things. So when you're connecting to your soul or to the higher aspects of self, because what you want when we're talking about your authentic self, you're connecting with what I call your higher self, that wise, unconditionally loving part of you that's there for the asking. You can ask higher self, help me, I need you. And it is there. It is always with you, but we need to learn how to call upon it. And your soul is that light and love of who you are. It's the core energy essence of who you are. So it is always with you too, because there is a sun that's shining through underneath any clouds or fogs that you have. Just saying. So I just want you to all know that. So Anastasia answered my question. How do we know we are connecting to the things we are meant to be involved in? So, the best way to know that you're connecting with the things that you want to connect with in from your authentic self is when you're in that energy of alignment where you're feeling more grounded and centered. You're feeling more peaceful or more relaxed, or you're connecting more to love or joy. And when you are connecting to the things that you're meant to, that your soul is calling you, then it's almost like a pull, a compulsion. I'll give you an example so that you have an idea. So I've been doing clearing work for a very long time. And I love doing the clearing work, okay? Because that's what I've been trained in. I'm a therapist, a holistic therapist, and a licensed clinical social worker for over 30 years. And then I became a hypnotherapist and and I'm intuitive. So what happened was I really am, and I knew that like I was being called to go from holistic counseling to move towards coaching and developing my coaching business. And it was really clear to me that that was what I was being called to. It was something that when you just feel it again and again and again, there's like this yearning or longing, or there's something there. Now, can your ego get in the way? Yeah, your ego can. But usually, what I really believe, when there's a soul calling, you may have ego stuff in there, meaning that it's coming more from that wounded place, or the place where you feel like you need to because it's going to make you feel better. Feel better in, um, how do I describe this? Feel better. Like we all want to feel better. Okay. So that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about when you're feeling better coming from that ego. Okay. That's how I want to describe it. When you're coming from an ego need, and an ego need is actually an old need that wants to be healed, that wants to be resolved. So for example, like if you are wanting to do something because you want attention, then that's coming from the ego need. But what happens, okay, there could be a connection between the soul and the ego. All right, there is a connection, okay? You want to keep working on clearing the ego needs, healing. I will say healing them, so that you're coming from that place of soul. But what will happen is you may have that need or that calling, and it's coming from both your ego and your soul. And and so you start on your journey, and it's like I just knew that I was being called to keep moving towards coaching and moving and growing as a coach. And that's what's happening. And I keep in that direction. That's why I'm doing the master classes, so that people can learn more about who I am and what I do. And it's free. They're free virtual master classes. And I want people to know about what I do and how I do it. So feel free. And sorry, men, I know if you're a man and you're listening, I definitely will be doing other events and classes, but these master classes are for women to help women grow their businesses or practices. And so hopefully, Anastasia, that helped answer your question. It's really, you're moving in a way that there's an alignment. Again, I come back to that energy of alignment, the physical, mental, emotional, spiritual alignment. When you're in the alignment, you're in your authentic self. You can feel that, and you feel it when there's a sense of peace, a sense of love, a sense of joy. And when you are meant to be doing something, like, and here's the thing, and I'm going to share this with you. Being a coach, going and transitioning from being a holistic psychotherapist to being more of a coach, it doesn't mean it was an easy journey. It's not like, poof, oh, I got it. It's all done. Remember, I say it's not a destination, it's a journey. And that's what it's been. It's been a journey, and I'm still growing, and I'm still learning, and I'm still on the journey, and there's a long way to go. But I'm in it. And that's the most important thing. Is do you have it right? It's okay if you're not sure. It's okay if you're learning. It's okay if you're growing. If it's okay if you're working on it. Know that it is this journey of unfolding. And so that when you're connecting with the things that you're meant to, you can feel that calling, the urge that it doesn't go away. It's something that your soul is calling. Now, are there times where the calling may look different than what you think it looks like? You bet. Okay, so just want to let you know that too, that's possible also. So know that it's a journey. And that's what I want to support you in remembering. And so, to be continued. I'm feeling we can do a part 4 for this because I just feel like there's more information that I want to share with you about connecting with your authentic self. And it's such an important topic because the more that you can connect with your authentic self, the more of an inspired and empowered life you create. And that's what I want for all of you, to create that inspired and empowered life. So if you're available and you can do it, come to the free virtual masterclass, calling all you women entrepreneurs, coaches, healers, therapists, helping professionals. Come for 3 steps to boost your income in your holistic business or practice. And you go to inspiredandempoweredliving.com/masterclass. Inspired and empowered living.com/masterclass. And join us next week for more inspired and empowered living. And we'll continue to talk about steps to your authentic self. And also know that you can tap into the podcast 24/7 at iHeartRadio, Spotify, Pandora, Apple, Amazon, and more. And join us live on Tuesday mornings at 11 a.m. Eastern on talk4tv.com, w4wn.com, and my YouTube channel. And I really want to wish you an inspired and empowered day and an inspired and empowered week. Have a great one, everybody. Bye for now.